Okay, we're back. What we're going to do is, you see I have the pattern drawn out. He's going to have his hands in his pockets, and it's kind of hard to see it right now because it's kind of hard to put he's going to have this little rope around him too, with the tassel coming down and around. Okay, so all that's going to be on there. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut right above the eyes. Okay, we're going to cut this portion out first. So what we're going to do is we're just going to file this all the way around. Okay, and we're going to cut that portion out. I'll do that again. And because it's wet, folks, sometimes it's hard to see where those lines are because they'll swell on you. So you just want to take your time and cut that out. Okay, you don't want to go all the way to the edge there because we're going to cut out his, actually, we got to do the top of the hat too, so why don't we do that portion. Okay, just to there. It's going to make a very interesting project. And folks, I'm learning, or what you should be learning is as you're cutting this out, with relief carving, as I've always explained before, it's kind of an illusion of how things should be. So this is where I'm trying to think how to do this. Okay, got it. All right, this goes away a little bit because actually the beard comes up a little further. All right, so we're going to cut this out again and make this a little deeper, which is okay to do. Try to do it exactly straight in because you're going to round this off anyway. Alright. It's very easy to cut because I can feel the wood is damp as I'm working on it because it's green yet. So it makes it much more enjoyable to work with. It's just like using the alcohol and water. It comes out pretty good. Okay, there's the top of the hat. Alright, and the top of the eyebrows. So we're going to extend this a little further down. And here's where the shoulder is, right here. So we're going to cut that out. We're going to do the same thing over here. Going to cut out that. And extend that down a little further. Okay. Get rid of that. In fact, why don't we just follow the whole beard thing here, because that's really the center point of this carving anyway. So we can do the shoulders a little bit later, but we're going to just trim all this out just like so. Okay, we're actually getting the head out. Alright. And it's a little bigger for me to see it, so it's been a little bit easier for me to be able to show you this online. Okay, you want to be careful as you're cutting this out not to get the tip of the knife up into your carving a whole lot, because as you're slicing it you don't want to stick it in a ways and pull it up. Alright, so we're just gonna do a little bit more here. It'll be a nice little piece when it's done. It's kind of in the round, but it's not. It's more of a relief carving. Okay, so you're just really digging things out. You can use gouges if you want. That's entirely up to you. I prefer the knife, as you can tell. I'm very comfortable with a knife only. And make sure you have your carving glove and stuff on, especially if you're a beginner. That's a choice I leave up to you folks. I try to recommend it. Everybody really should have one on. I've been carving for so long, folks, it's I'm not accustomed to it. Alright, now we're going to round off the face a little bit and the top of the hat here. Alright, we're just going to round things off. Makes things a little bit easier. Alright, so I'm going to dig this out a little further for the top of the eyebrow there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the eyes here too. We're going to go straight across like we had that other line. We're going to do the top of the eyes here. Across that bridge of that nose there. I'm going to do that again. Make it real clear and distinct where it is. Folks, your knives really need to be sharp for this. I can almost go in any direction with my knife because it's very, very sharp. And that's the way you want it to be. Okay? So I know Christmas is quite a ways away, but as September rolls around, next month or so, people gear up for the fall activities. And my favorite, of course, is Thanksgiving. That's always been my favorite holiday. I have that nose square, which is fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut underneath there, underneath the nose. Now this is going to might be off a little bit, so we're just going to go ahead and cut that nose in. We're going to go straight across, just like so. Okay? Alright. So, what we want to do is we want to follow that little line down for the eyeballs. So it's just a matter of a stop cut and cutting this out. And do that again a few hundred times, really. But that curve is kind of hard to get there at the corner. So if your knife is too wide and it's not taking that corner very well, you can always go to a smaller detail knife. Might work out good. Okay, we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to go up, and I'm going to try to make that turn up there. Because actually, as we're doing this, this will be your deepest point right there. Okay, right there is going to be your deepest point. So what I usually do is I kind of cut this off on either side and bring this up a little bit and try to get that turn in there. It looks a little nicer if you have it a little bit of a turn at that corner instead of straight across or at a point. You can do either one, whatever you're comfortable with doing. But alright, same thing over here. I'm going to redo this. Okay, I'll be back.